Aboriginal traditional knowledge adds another important value to the protection of grassy box woodland, and in doing so it gives landholders an added incentive to appreciate the values of woodlands as we do.
Yeah.
Take it over next time.
We came up last year when...
For the first time in this area, Aboriginal people are utilising traditional knowledge to help reverse the decline of threatened ecological communities. We've been given the opportunity to participate in a way that allows us to share our knowledge with each other and with landholders.
As we realise now, as time goes on, those skills are still needed now. With the environment, you've got to preserve what you have, so this is what these workshops are about. And it was really a buzz to see all the young children there, because the next generation is the one that pass on the knowledge and the culture, and it's good to get them involved so they got all the knowledge and all that and pass it on the right way.
Because a lot of the knowledge here isn't as strong, so to be able to reinvigorate the communities here, to re-engage and reconnect, and hopefully in the future we can work together to use traditional knowledge to maintain our forests and landscapes around us.
We've gone through a period in our lives where we didn't know about this. You know, I'd spent 40 years of my life not knowing about this information, but in the last 10 years I've been probably more receptive to learning more about our lost culture, but at least I can have that knowledge and then I can pass it down to the next mob. The next young fellas that are coming up. It's actually uniting the community, getting us all back together. It's the same as I suppose with the ladies with the weave, and they're talking about women's business there, we're talking about men's business, what we're talking about, and how we can do different things. So it's all a part of the process of communicating with one another.
I was taught by my friend in Hamilton about 25 years ago. Her name was Grace Saylor, and she was taught by an elder of the Gunditjmara tribe, Auntie Connie Art. Connie wasn't learned by her mother because she wanted Connie to grow up in white man's way, not learn about the Aboriginal side. Yeah, but she taught herself by sneaking a few stitches, and then after her mother passed away, well, she went to the museum and studied it and then relearned how to do it.
The project is combining Aboriginal engagement and the sharing of traditional knowledge to reverse grassy woodland decline. In addition to this, it is achieving other benefits by improving Aboriginal community priorities like education, health, economic issues, and importantly, Aboriginal youth engagement with elders and NRM agencies.
You know, your materials are right out here in the bush. You know, the bush calms you down. It's something Mother Nature gives you. You don't have to go and buy it. We throw away too many things. One thing about this, when it breaks down, we'll go back to Mother Nature. It is also a part of our heritage. This is what was done by my community, my elders in that years ago, you know. And I just like the idea of continuing that connectedness with it.
Aboriginal people, we're a hands-on people. We learn through doing and lead by example too. Like our elders show us how to do things, and that's how we learn. We learn a lot by watching each other, and we talk about different techniques we've kind of been experimenting with, and that's always good. It is truly connecting me to my elders. It's connecting me to my ancestors. It's that inherent right to culture.
We've always argued, well, you know, since we've had the opportunity to argue, that we've had an economy that supported us, obviously, for over 65,000 years, and weaving baskets was part of that economy. So now, when we talk about not having access for our cultural economy, it means that we don't have access to enough grass to support ourselves.
Projects like this are helping Aboriginal people reconnect to resources provided by boxgum grassy woodlands, rekindling our traditional ecological knowledge, and in doing so, helps us keep our traditional ways going so that we can pass this on to our children.
Because we don't want this to stop. And I'm sure I speak for all the guys that are here. And if we stop, we're just being ridiculous to ourselves. because we're not being responsible enough with our communities. We don't want to stop. We've got to keep it going because we're going to lose this and we don't want to lose it.
Because it's something that needs to happen.
Our next generation will, if we don't, they'll curse us to hell.
These kinds of projects build capacity for us to connect to NRM agencies. We hope to educate all people in the Aboriginal values of boxgum grassy woodlands so as to encourage them to protect it for the long term and to assist with cultural exchange of ideas.
The reason why we look at teaching not actually teaching our culture, but sharing it with the non-Indigenous people of Australia, because we believe that this is Australia's heritage. We believe that this is part of their way of life, and we've left it go for many, many years, and now they want to know about it. We've got some of the knowledge, but we've been forbidden to practice a lot of our knowledge. We've lost a lot, but we also know a lot of our culture that is still surviving this very day.
Yeah,
Take it over next time.
he came up last year when most